Hi all, welcome to my team of the knockout stage predictions. This is obviously for the Europa League and the Champions League. Definitely some nice individual cards to look forward to, and it shall be interesting to see how this all plays out. What I've done is opted for a full 23 player squad, mainly 15 from the Champions League and then 8 from the Europa League. So I've gone with my goalkeeping choice of Hugo Lloris. I feel a big part of it comes to the first leg in the Man City game, but he was also very impressive in the Dortmund ties. And then while he wasn't as impressive obviously last night, I still feel that he has more than merited a spot in this. The light kind of walks in. The guy was just phenomenal over the Juve games, the Real Madrid games, and definitely should be walking into a team of the knockout stage card. And with the amount of special cards he's racked up, it's going to be very appealing. Jordi Alba, I think this is the only time he's getting special cards this year, by the looks of it, unless he gets a team of the season, is another team of the knockout stage card. Obviously got a group stage one and been very consistent throughout, with the ties that Barcelona have faced so far against Manchester United, and obviously the Lyon ones, like Van Dijk and Vertonghen, with them respectively. Van Dijk may not get one. I've kind of maybe been a bit bold in putting him in, but he was very impressive over the Bayern Munich ties and obviously the Porto games. But other Liverpool players may end up getting the nod over Van Dijk due to him having obviously like so many special cards already. Vertonghen, obviously he's got a man of the match card at left wing back. I'm hoping the team of the group stage card that team of the knockout stage card he gets is a centre back and a little bit more usable. Obviously we've got him at right back, but that's because obviously we've got 4 defenders. Messi, I think it's going to be a 98 rated card, but he's going to be not quite 99 stats, but he's going to be slightly juicier than what he is for a 98, so he might have a bit higher physical, he might have slightly higher elsewhere that just kind of boosts him up, but he's not quite the 99 rated card. But we'll see what happens. Messi is obviously going to be a very interesting talking point for a knockout stage card. Then Tadic kind of walks in as well, been very impressive. The only downside is obviously his rating. Like, the guy should easily be about maybe say an 87 rated card now for like this card, maybe even 88. But it is what it is. He's not been given special cards galore like what he's had the last few months, but still an 85 rated card I'm sure we won't knock. Bernardo Silva, the big question is where his position will be. Will it be centre mid? Will it be right wing? He was very impressive over the ties against Schalke, and was a good focal point in the Man City Spurs games. But obviously other Man City players may get given the nod over him. So I wouldn't be surprised at the same time. Namely Raheem Sterling, who was on the cusp of a hat-trick against Tottenham, obviously got disallowed, but regardless, despite that, his performance in that game last night, then the first leg, and then obviously the games against Schalke, he stood out very impressively, and he may be given a nice juicy boost. Obviously he's another one with plenty of special cards, so others may get given the nod over him, but it's like Sterling and Aguero both have UCL live cards. It makes it a bit more interesting and also difficult to kind of say will they truly get given the nod. Salah, some people may include him, some people may not. Like, in Liverpool's case, he was very impressive, but it's like Mane, Salah, Firmino have all been equally impressive from a forward line view, so at least 2 of them will feature, but I've opted for Salah as one of them. Then Ronaldo, now obviously he's got his want to watch card. That should be affected by this boost. That's kind of why I'm going to extend this a little bit longer with talking about Ronaldo. I feel he will get a 97 rated striker card. He was lethal against Atletico Madrid when he in that second leg. Obviously, Ajax, he wasn't as prolific, but it is what it is. Obviously got a goal that kind of looked like it was maybe going to help Juventus get through, but not to be. So he'll go 97 rated. The one to watch will obviously be impacted as well. So if you've got the one to watch version of Ronaldo, then expect a boost on that as well. So in theory, you don't really need to hope to get Ronaldo. You're hoping that his one to watch will now go up. Mane definitely walks in, I would imagine, very impressive. He would be even more guarantee if he hadn't missed that sitter last night. Honestly, if he hadn't made a muck up there, he would have walked into this no problem whatsoever, but still deserves a spot. Heung-min Son, very, very impressive last night especially, but he has been definitely doing the bits for Tottenham this season. Obviously got an upgrade to an 85 and could get a nice little boost as well, which should help him out, stand out even more. And I would say walks in. Marega, another key focal point for Porto. Obviously got a man of the match card, so this should be a nice boost on top of that, and will be quite appealing actually. Could be quite overpowered. So Marega bagging special cards as well, and it's like Abubakar a couple of years ago. Neres could easily be one of these players that could end up as a SBC card, for example, but I feel he will be one of the cheaper options from the team in the knockout stage. And obviously he's been on the cusp of special cards this year already, but regardless should still get in from this, so will be quite appealing for a cheap winger from the Eredivisie and can easily link up into a plethora of hybrids, especially depending on your budget. João Felix obviously just got a man of the match card. He could be in line for a team in the group stage, team in the knockout stage card even. We'll get there in the end. So expect a nice boost on him, possibly from a 77 to an 81. Giroud just continues to do the business in Europe, and while he's obviously got a man of the match card, his group stage card should go to an 86. Could be quite, hopefully he gets a nice pace boost. That's all he needs to make him even a little bit more usable and appealing. Susek for Slavia Prague, who have been very, very underrated this year. Giving Chelsea a run as well. That's no foregone conclusion yet for the second leg. Susek's man of the match, 81. This card could be even more appealing. Ramsey could be a questionable shout. He could end up as an SBC card as well, but obviously he's got a man of the match card, an end of an era card, and potentially a team in the knockout stage card to go from an 84 to an 86 to make him a little bit more usable. And in all honesty, it may or may not happen. Jovic just seems to be bagging special cards left, right and centre this year, and another special card looks set for him. I think if he was to run riot tonight, then he may be a given, but he's on the fence. Baka, I've opted for him over Moreno because obviously he's got a Europa League live card, so it would kind of feel a bit stupid, but Baka's still been very impressive for Villarreal, obviously unlucky against Valencia last week. Willian, another Chelsea player that has stood out for them and would definitely be a nice little boost on top of him. Big question obviously is because he's got his birthday card, he may be neglected. And then Ngadu, Ngadui, he honestly, this guy is just something else at centre back. He's been very, very consistent, played a big part in the comeback from a defensive view, and could easily get given the nod into this. So we'll see what happens with him. That is the full 23, and then from there folks, what I've opted for is a few SBC cards. Now I've only covered 3 at the moment. I was kind of toiling on Europa League options, but I've gone for Ter Stegen, Henderson and Firmino, but you could easily see others make the plunge, as it were, possibly from the ones that we featured in the video. But I feel we may get a few SBCs, because obviously we got Cruz and Laporte last time round, Insigne as well. So we may see a few team of the knockout stage SBCs. So we'll see what happens. I think that will keep the content flowing over like the weekend next week as well. So let me know, folks, down in the comments below, who do you think deserves a team of the knockout stage card. Hopefully you find this useful as always. As I say, it's just my predictions and a bit of fun. So take it easy all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.